Hi there, I'm Manik Senanayake. Welcome to my podcast, The Sales Target. Getting your customer to buy anything they want. I certainly got your attention, am I? Irrespective of such statements, true or false, you certainly got your attention. You get excited with such statements. A lot of podcasters or even sales fraternity gurus use this as a topic or as a first liner just to get your attention from the clutter you have been exposed to. Whether it is true or not, it doesn't matter. In reality, you know that you can't really guarantee for anything to buy any product, anyone to buy any product. But what I can really offer you is that there are certain skills that you can really acquire, which you can, if you can refine it further, you almost increase your probability of getting anyone to buy anything. Let's look at that. But before you do that, we need to really redefine or deconstruct what need means. Need is essentially we need to leave out things which you will anyway buy out of necessity or out of need or a critical situation as a road. So you anyway buy, you don't need any convincing. But so what left is with people buy stuff which they never intended originally. And you end up buying products which they never wanted. And there are certain people who will have so many different choices but end up buying your product. So we include that component as well. And also people never thought that such need exists, but through positioning and perception creation, they end up buying the product. So that's what basically what we say is through influence and persuasion. Now, this kind of persuasion or getting people to buy things which they never wanted to buy, was not aware of it, or had so many other choices and still want to buy your product, is only possible because we are humans. Because we are driven by emotions and there are a lot of subjective elements. They say that people first buy out of emotions and then they justify or reason their purchase through logic. Is true. Because if you're trying to sell to a product, to artificial intelligence, an AI, a robot, where he doesn't want the product, or he doesn't require the product or not aware of his need, you cannot really make the sale. It's simply because it will be based purely on with logic and reason. Now, here this is what is called the emotional manipulation, and salespeople, sales fraternity use that to a great advantage. Not only sales, but marketers, advertising, creative agencies, and most importantly, significantly, even lawyers in the legal profession use that to advantage when you want to push some statement or some evidence to a jury selection. Now, this emotional manipulation is accepted because we are humans. Now let's look at some of the 5 ways in which you can really get someone to buy anything you want, at least increase the probability, almost anything. It's not 100% guarantee. Number 1 is what is called reciprocity. That is where you create obligatory moments. People buy out of obligation. You might not need it, but it's because it's the done thing, is the right thing, out of being feel guilty, is out of sympathy or kindness. You're obligated to buy. For example, if you go to a supermarket, and it has a wide range. If you go simple thing as going to a supermarket, there are these ushering girls who sell or do tasting in various meat products or sausages or even cupcakes. Sometimes they offer you and you buy, and then they offer another product, you buy 2 or 3, and then you're under the obligation to really buy the product. You feel not good. And even door-to-door salespeople, they come and they display all their products, various items, spend enough time, and you feel sorry for them, and out of sympathy or kindness you buy. That's how we are designed. And this can go all the way up to the food chain at a high level, B2B, high-ticket items, where you develop personal relationships, associations, and obligations offline that can really push your sales. So that's one way of really getting people to buy. And very important, number 2 is you to create some sort of attention. Now this video, really the topic was basically how do you get people to buy anything you want, is actually an attention grabber. Even if it doesn't, the statement doesn't hold 100% truth. It's simply because there is so much clutter out there. You need to make sure that your product, your narrative create attention. Now, that only way you can do that is by creating some relevance and some facts that are in sync with what exactly they have in their mind, basically the consumer. or the prospect. So you need to understand the customer at a very deeper level, so that whatever statement that you make at the inception is an attention grabber and is willing to listen to you. And it's up to you after that to make sure that the engagement and the interest levels are sustained. This is what is called the pattern interrupt. You break state and you break the prospect's pattern and then get him interested in what you want to sell. Number 3 is basically you need to use visualization. This is what is called sharing pictures and storytelling in selling your proposition. For example, if you want to sell a vacuum cleaner rather, you will have greater impact if you really show the absolute sucking of dust mites and dust off a cushion, as opposed to really sharing product and features. That's why advertising agencies, you will use the product functional benefits, show that in their imagery, in their execution of their creative, so that it creates a lasting impression in the prospect's mind, because visualization, imagery and storytelling really gets you create the product the right perception. That's number 3. Number 4 is all about the proof. Now it's related to number 3, visualization. Now you got your attention, you're out of obligation, but people will still not buy if the product fails to deliver on his promise. So demonstration links to visualization of the product is in its actual form. Really speaks quite a lot in terms of what the product can deliver. So instead of sharing prospectus and sharing of various past days, you can really share the testimonials. I can do a live demonstration. So evidence proof is an absolute necessity for people to buy certain products which they never intended to buy originally. Last but not least is the choice. Now you have to make sure that you should not provide so much of different variety of choices, simply because the brain cannot process so many different choices at any given time. So when you are overwhelmed with choices, people don't make any decisions. An interesting study was done in France in a supermarket where they had a reputed brand had jams displayed, 24 different flavors. So a lot of consumers was really excited. They stopped there, but they never bought it. Very few bought it. But when they brought it down to just 4 flavors, the sales and the response and the conversions was skyrocketed, simply because now we have lesser choice. So make sure that whatever you propose, that you give only about 3-4 varieties, even I would say even maximum 3. So there you go. These are the 5 elements which probably will not guarantee you of really transforming any consumer to buy your product, but definitely will increase your probability to almost always to sell any product. If you get him find obligatory moment, or maybe create attention, and then use visual and imagery, and then of course show the proof and results, and of course limit your choice. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, The Sales Target. Please feel free to share this video with your friends, and thank you for watching. And just reminding you, time we stop selling, start closing. See you soon.